Hello, welcome back to our channel Easy Understanding of Physics. Today we are back with a different class. I heard that many of the students complaining that physics is the toughest subject. And also personally I know some students, even though they have the potential, they can't able to utilize their complete talent towards this subject. This is because of lack of some basic knowledge. Okay, so I am planning to do a series of classes including all the basic concepts of physics. Make sure that you are watching all the videos, means all the classes completely, and I can promise you that after watching this series, the entire series, you can make a significant improvement in your physics class. We know that physics is a study of nature and natural phenomena. Here we are starting a series. As a first video of this series, we are discussing this much phenomena today. Okay. First one is sound. We are discussing what is sound, how sound is producing and how sound is propagating, like that. And the next is boiling and melting. The boiling point and melting point of water. Then here we are introducing two terms, vaporization and freezing. Then we are talking about friction. The next one is energy. We are discussing about energy. We are mainly focusing two energies, that is kinetic energy and potential energy. Then a basic introduction of gravitation. What is gravitation and the universal law of gravitation, and this is what is acceleration due to gravity. This much topic, a little basic knowledge we can study in this class. Every day we are waking up by hearing the sound of an alarm, is it? So we can talk about sound. Okay, sound is related to physics. Sound. The important points that we want to remember in sound is, what is sound? Sound is simply a form of energy. Sound is a form of energy. Then how the sound is produced and how the sound is transmitted. Sound is produced due to some vibration. Sound is produced due to vibration. For example, I am speaking now. How the sound is produced? There is a vibration in my vocal cord. Due to that vibration, sound is produced. Then how this sound is transmitting towards you? In order to propagate sound, there should be a medium. Okay, that medium may be solid, liquid or gas. Now I am producing sound due to the vibration of my vocal cord. Sound is producing and the sound is transmitting through air. Clear? This is how the sound is producing and transmitting. Now we know that the sound range that we can hear, that is the audible sound range for us, is in between 20 Hz and 20 kHz. In between this range we can hear that sound. If the sound is below this 20 Hz, then that sound is called infrasound. Okay. If the sound is above 20 kHz, then that sound is called ultrasound. And the unit of sound is decibel. The SI unit of sound is decibel. This much is the basic about sound. Now we can make a cup of tea. For that, what we want to do? We want to boil the water, right? Then we can talk about boiling. Okay. We know that water is liquid. In order to make a tea, we want to boil that water. Boiling means we want to apply heat. Then this liquid will start to boil. Then what is boiling? What is boiling point? Okay. Boiling point means the point from which the liquid is converting into gas. From that point the liquid is started to change into vapor or gas. Boiling point. What is the boiling point of water? The boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. When we are applying the heat and if the temperature reaches to 100 degrees Celsius, then this liquid state water will convert into vapor, start to convert into vapor or gas. That is what is the boiling point. And the process is known as vaporization. Vaporization. What is vaporization? The process from which a liquid is converting into gas or a liquid is converting into vapor is called vaporization. Clear? Now we can check what is melting. Okay, this is about boiling. Now what is melting? Melting means the process of converting a liquid into solid. In boiling, it is liquid to gas, but in melting it is liquid to solid. Okay, and what is the melting point of water? This process is known as freezing. From that term you can capture it easily. Freezing means the process from which the liquid state is converting into solid state. That is the process of conversion of a liquid state to solid state is called freezing. Here it is vaporization. Here it is freezing. What is the freezing state of or solid state of water? We know that it is ice. Then this melting point of water. Melting point of water is equal to 0 degrees Celsius. That is when the temperature is become 0 degrees Celsius, then the entire water, the liquid form of water will convert into ice. That is its solid form. That is what is the difference between boiling and melting. Now we can go for a walk. Then how we are able to walk? That is what we are going to discuss, the next basic concept of friction. Frictional force is a force that helps us to walk. Okay, what is actually frictional force? This is a resistance offered to our feet. That is, while we are moving on a floor, there is a resistance or opposing force between our feet and the surface. Okay, we are moving in forward direction, then this surface will exert a force which is in the opposite direction of our movement, that is in backward direction. This force between these two surfaces, the surface of our feet and the surface of floor, that is called frictional force. Due to this friction, we are able to walk. Clear? Now we can talk about energy. Energy. In physics, there are lots of the forms of energy, like sound energy, light energy, and lots of energies are there. But mainly in our physics, we are using two energies: potential energy and kinetic energy. Okay. These together, this potential energy and kinetic energy is together called mechanical energy. Clear? Now what is potential energy? Potential energy is an energy by virtue of position or configuration of an object. Position or configuration of an object. Then what about kinetic energy? Kinetic energy is an energy by virtue of motion of an object. Clear? Then the formula of potential energy is mgh and the formula for kinetic energy is half mv square. Here v is the velocity, m is the mass. Velocity means for a moving object there is a velocity, so it is associated with motion. Here it is associated with the position. A certain height h is height, g is acceleration due to gravity, we can discuss it. Then m is mass. Suppose here we are introducing another concept, the conservation of energy. That is also we want to study what is the conservation of energy. Energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. It can only be transferred from one form to another. For example, suppose this is a building. Take it as a building, and we are placing a ball. Okay, this is our earth, and this ball is at a height h from the surface of earth. And what is the energy associated with this ball? We already said that the kinetic energy is associated with the motion. Here there is no motion, so the kinetic energy is 0. We can say that here the kinetic energy is 0. Then what about potential energy? Potential energy, we know that potential energy is equal to mgh. Here h is the height. Here this ball is at a height h, right? So it has a kinetic potential energy that is equal to mgh. Now this ball is starting to fall. This ball is falling towards the earth. Then how its energy is converting, or how its energy is changing? We know that while falling, its height is decreasing, right? Height from the ground is decreasing while falling. So the potential energy will, since they are in direct proportionality, while height is reducing, the potential energy also will decrease. Then what about kinetic energy? Since it is moving, the kinetic energy will increase. So in any intermediate point, we can say that total energy, which is the sum of kinetic energy plus potential energy, is always a constant. Here also it is the total energy is mgh plus, here the kinetic energy is 0. The total energy is same. Total energy is a constant. While this ball reach this ground, okay, then what about these energies? Here in this ground, the height become 0, right? So the potential energy here will be equal to 0, but the kinetic energy is maximum. So we can say that here also the total energy, in between any point, the total energy of the entire system is a constant. That is the law of conservation of energy. Hope you can you understood the concept of potential energy, kinetic energy, and the conservation of energy. Now we can talk about gravitation. Suppose if we are throwing a ball up, then it will come towards earth. Why it is happening like this? This is because of the gravitation, the gravitational force of earth, which is attracting the ball towards its center. So we can say that gravitational force is a fundamental force, or it is a universal force. And also the gravitational force is the weakest, non-weakest force is the gravitational force. Okay. Due to this gravitational force, we are able to stay here because earth attracts every object towards its center. Okay. Also, due to the gravitational force, the moon revolving around earth, also the planets revolving around sun. This is all because of the gravitational force. In gravitation, there is an important formula for force, that is G m1 m2 divided by r square. That is, suppose we have two masses, two objects having masses m1 and m2. They are separated by a distance r. Then the force of attraction, gravitational force, is always attractive in nature. Always attractive in nature. Then the force of attraction between these two objects having mass m1 and m2 and a separation d is, we can define it like this: F is equal to the product of masses. F is directly proportional to the product of masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. F is equal to G m1 m2 divided by r square. That is what is the universal law of gravitation by Newton. We know that gravitation is invented by Newton while seeing an apple is falling from a tree. Okay, this is because of the attraction of earth into its center. Okay, now there is G, the acceleration due to gravity, the acceleration due to gravity. We know that for every object, every moving object, they are associated with the acceleration A. If an object is falling towards the earth only on the influence of earth's gravitational force, that is, there is no other force is acting on that object, only due to the gravitational force. If the object is falling towards the earth, then its acceleration is called acceleration due to gravity, and its value is, you should note that, 9.8 meter per second square. Meter per second square, the unit is same as that of the unit of acceleration. This is what is acceleration due to gravity. The basic things about these topics we discussed in this class, much more is remaining that we can discuss in the coming videos. If you are watching my classes for the first time, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell button also to get my coming videos. Bye.